Mother of Vancouver mayor's girlfriend could face death penalty in China. The mother of Vancouver Chinese pop star Wanting Q could be sentenced to death on charges of embezzlement, bribery and abuse of power, according to a report in China's state-controlled press. Wanting Q is the girlfriend of Vancouver Mayor Gregor Robertson. Zhang Mingji, 60, has been under arrest and in custody for almost 2 years. She disappeared from her home in Harbin, China, in September 2014. It took months for her daughter to realize Zhang had been rounded up by police and held in custody. In April of last year, Mayor Robertson confirmed his girlfriend's mother had been arrested on corruption charges. Zhang is a former deputy director of the Harbin Development and Reform Commission in Northeast China. Now, according to reports on the Xinhua news agency and China Daily websites, Zhang's trial was held July 19 and 20 in Harbin City. China Daily says Zhang is charged with 3 counts of corruption and abuse of power in an alleged land swindle involving up to 350 million yuan, just over $69 million CDN. The report also says the prosecution recommended that Zhang Mingji be sentenced to death. The South China Morning Post reports the charges arose out of a complex real estate scam involving the transfer of a state-controlled farm to a private agricultural firm in 2009. The Hong Kong-based news outlet says Zhang, the city official in charge of the deal, secretly conspired to doctor the terms of the sale. Land rights were transferred to a real estate company to build a massive housing project. Hundreds of workers on the farm were allegedly given tiny severance packages and left to suffer in appalling conditions. The Xinhua news agency claims that Zhang and several co-accused confessed, but that their defense lawyers told the court the confessions had been taken using illegal methods, so they should be excluded. Not guilty pleas were entered. Vancouver-based South China Morning Post correspondent Ian Young, who has been closely following the case, says the charges are extremely serious, but the nature of coverage in the state-controlled press indicates China realizes Zhang's prosecution is being carefully watched because of her connection to pop star Wanting Q and Mayor Robertson. The death penalty for a corruption case of this magnitude isn't rare, said Young, but the extent that Xinhua, the state news agency, went to publicly document both sides of the case, including the defense suggestion of an illegal confession, shows it is aware the case is being closely scrutinized. Neither Q nor Robertson responded to requests from CBC News for a comment. But the mayor's communications strategist, Sarah Zaharia, says there's nothing new in the press reports, and there's not too much to comment on. She says they're waiting for more information. On Wanting Q's Facebook page, one of her most recent posts states, "Woke up sobbing. She died in my dream. So real. My reality in the last 653 days been a never-ending nightmare."